Barilaro, how are you feeling about having to give evidence today?
Nice day to be here. Got to give evidence.
Did you know about Gladys and Daryl, Mr. Barilaro?
No, not at all.
The New South Wales Independent Commission Against Corruption was told today that a $5.5 million grant to a regional shooting club had at least one powerful backer.
As you understood it, Ms Berejiklian herself supported the Clay Target Association project.
Or supported the project, yes. I'd say support and asking about updates.
In his evidence, the former Deputy Premier told ICAC the project would have been treated very differently had then Treasurer Gladys Berejiklian disclosed her relationship with the MP who he said pushed hard for the project.
Because of the conflict. We would have managed it differently if the Treasurer had declared a conflict of interest. She would not have been part of the conversation or the debate, and that in itself would have protected many of us in relation to decision making.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for taking time out this morning.
John Barilaro resigned within days of Gladys Berejiklian's departure earlier this month, saying it was time for him to walk away from politics. Today, for the first time, he appeared as a witness at ICAC and spoke candidly about his dealings with the now disgraced member for Wagga Wagga, Daryl Maguire.
Typical Daryl would be to be quite vociferous in his advocacy of projects that he wanted to get across the line. So
I'd say it's a pain in the arse. He was very, very strong local member and someone that really didn't let go. It was a dog of the bone.
Are you worried at all about today?
ICAC has already called some of the state's most senior political figures to give evidence.
Just here to help the Commission with their inquiry, thanks.
Including the Trade Minister, Stuart Ayres, on Friday. Like Gladys Berejiklian, he was a supporter of the shooting club proposal for a new clubhouse and convention centre.
I thought this project had merit, but it needed greater research or a business case behind it for me to feel confident enough to take that project forward.
That business case was deficient in the methodology used to produce in regards to the economic analysis.
A number of senior public officials have told the inquiry they didn't think the business case for the project held up. And one senior bureaucrat told ICAC he believed the Premier had a special interest in the Wagga project.
A range of conversations at that time indicated that the Premier's office were particularly interested in this particular project.
or did you understand it to be a particular interest of the Premier herself?
I understood it to be the interest of the Premier herself.
John Barilaro told ICAC that it was out of the ordinary for a relatively small grant like this to be on the agenda for a cabinet meeting.
In hindsight, not having a source of funding and the expediency of the process to get the item to ERC, that's not uncommon, but it would be an unusual practice.
The Commission is at this stage examining whether Gladys Berejiklian breached public trust by supporting or making decisions in relation to the Australian Clay Target Association in Wagga Wagga.
It does raise the possibility that Ms Berejiklian's conduct had the effect of preferring organisations based in Wagga Wagga to other equally or more deserving organisations based elsewhere in this state.
The Commission has heard the $5.5 million grant was put on the agenda of the Expenditure Review Committee, which was chaired by then-Treasurer Gladys Berejiklian. The evidence has so far shown that no conflicts of interest were declared at that December meeting, and the funding was set aside, on the condition that the business case stacked up.
I don't believe it would have actually ended up on the ERC agenda in the first instance, unless there was some probity arrangements made around the issue of the relationship.
ICAC is still hearing evidence, but a pattern's emerged in its line of questioning. Every official, former politician and member of government is asked whether they believe Gladys Berejiklian should have disclosed her relationship with Daryl Maguire, and if they would have acted differently had that happened. So far, every one of her former government colleagues have said they believe Gladys Berejiklian should have disclosed the relationship.
Certainly, I think it should have been disclosed.
The matter of Ms Berejiklian's relationship was a matter that required management, I think, to use your term.
That would be an appropriate term.
I don't think there was a conflict around the decision. I do think it, however, would have been a prudent course of action for the then Treasurer to declare her relationship with the Premier.
It's a really difficult day to be in the witness box someone that I've always regarded as a person of high integrity.
Gladys Berejiklian has denied any wrongdoing and has previously said her relationship wasn't of sufficient status to disclose it publicly. She's scheduled to give evidence later this week after Daryl Maguire has his turn in the witness box.
Will you apologise to the public?
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.